Hey, Jeff Pierce has all the details, Senior Manager, Derivatives Trading, Charles Schwab. Thank you so much for being here. Break down some of the details. I gave a little bit, but I want to hear the exact information.
As you pointed out, I think investors were somewhat surprised over the weekend with the announcement that that Buffett will be replaced by Greg Abel, and this has been a long time coming. He's been seeing the successor since 2021, but Berkshire did vote unanimously on Sunday to make Greg Abel president and CEO starting in January 1st of 2026. If we look back at the history here, this kind of a long-term relationship between the two. He first joined Berkshire when Buffett bought Mid-America Energy. Abel was an executive at that company in '99. He later served as CEO of the company. Warren Buffett will remain chairman, which is likely giving shareholders of the company some relief that his wisdom will remain present and ready to handle any of these unusual circumstances that we find the market and the economy in right now. Buffett also said he has no plans to sell any of his shares of Berkshire as part of the transition, and I think investors are likely feeling relatively positive about that.
Yeah, and how much cash they have shored up. A lot of folks, I think, now, like, as you said, they're feeling comfortable because he'll stay on in the chairman role. There's a lot of cash, but people think that the decisions will be slow and very methodical because Berkshire has such a huge following, and if they are to ever make any acquisitions soon, they'll be so careful that it's a great one, not to make a mistake, right?
Yeah, and this is certainly, we're in a situation where these opportunities for Berkshire might rise, right? The company, if we're seeing a reaction today, the company did report those Q1 earnings. The 14% drop in operating earnings. That number, of course, includes the insurance business, the railroad business. A big part of that was the insurance underwriting profit. It was down over 48%. But as you pointed out, cash balance more than $347 billion. That's compared to 334 at the end of Q4 or the end of 2024, excuse me. We know that the company's been kind of taking off some of their position with Apple and Bank of America. They've been gradually kind of trimming that position, in part because of some of the reporting rules. But Berkshire's, only reported about $3.2 billion in stock purchases, about $4.7 billion in stock sales. So they have been a net seller recently, and that makes you wonder if they're gearing up for the potential for acquisitions or if they're just concerned about some of the economic, headwinds we've got out there.
And it's worth noting that this stock's at new highs. He's stepping out right at the top. Charlie Munger, who passed, may he rest in peace. So, they're sort of getting out at a time where it's been incredible for shareholders. In 1 year, it's up 36%. The high end, Berk B, was up 542. So, but it was looking like it was going to be a little bit lower on the news. There it is. It's down about 3% this morning. How about the media stocks in focus?
Yeah, unfortunately, they are down as well. Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, all lower this morning. On the news that President Trump has proposed a 100% tariff on foreign-produced movies. Trump said on Truth Social, this is a concerted effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. It is in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda. Movie makers have already been in the crosshairs a little bit with this tariff fight when China promised to restrict Hollywood film imports in retaliation to some of the tariff increases. That was back in April. In 2024, U.S. studios earned roughly around $600 million from China. Tax incentives have really pushed TV and movie production outside the U.S. for a while now. Many governments have increased their credits and cash rebates to attract more filmmakers. So this is certainly an issue, especially, even if you look at Netflix, which has really done very well over the last year or so. A lot of their spending is going towards production and trying to get new content. Anything that's going to, put pressure on those margins is certainly a major concern.
Right, understood. As we think about the big picture, a market thought, Jeff?
Well, I think as we wait for the Fed, that certainly is, as you were talking about earlier, that is going to be the discussion. And then, of course, are we finally going to see some good news on the tariff front, some deals being made? I think that would absolutely have an impact on the market.
Yeah, understood. Jeff Pierce, great to see you. Thank you so much.